mean, if you need to do an intro for Taylor Lautner.
I was going to say, a guest that needs no intro. Dear friend, thank you so much for coming. Just leaving me hanging already. All right, high five to myself. All right, good.
What a great beginning.
Then he grabs the bottom of my shoe. Now you got to go wash your hands. All right, well.
Taylor's not a
What
dab
a start.
Boom. All right, cool. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for coming on the Good Guys podcast.
Thank you for having me. I've missed you both.
I've missed you too.
I feel it.
Yeah. Josh, how are you?
I'm good. Taylor, do you remember the last time we were in each other's good graces?
I mean, was it horror nights?
I'm so glad you remember.
Was
yes,
it?
was. Look, get ready, guys.
On the freaking bus.
Buckle up.
I remember like the photos from the bus from horror night.
Do you remember how weird that night became?
No.
We had a lovely katsuya dinner before.
Yes.
How late does it get?
Delish.
Yes.
Eating crispy rice with TL.
Delish.
Yeah.
Crispy rice with tea.
And then we went to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yep.
Comped. No big deal. John Stamos invited me. He was working with you. We were all, and it was, let's just say, a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
A lot of celebs. Big.
Yeah.
Bigger than me.
That's
Same level as you, bigger than me. You know what I mean?
not at all.
And
Okay, Oppenheimer.
I love it when they say it.
Yeah. He baited you and you took it.
Right.
He loves doing that. Like, oh, I'm not like a big actor or anything. No, Josh, you're huge. You're like, all right, fine.
I haven't started out.
And there was a certain celebrity there who will go unnamed.
Me.
Unless you want to name her or him. Her. Who was dummy shithoused. Like on substances. Do you remember this?
I'm trying to go through I clearly don't remember it because I'm trying to go through the list of people that were there. Okay, I probably have a good idea.
It was her. Yes, it was her. Yeah.
Okay.
And she was very...
Who?
Oh yeah, because
Are we allowed to say names?
At a
Should we
minimum,
cut
you
it
have to
out?
whisper it to me.
We should whisper it, but I need to just confirm it is because we had to like stop something because she was like puking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the middle of the maze.
And the best part...
Wait, maze? I thought we were at Katsuya.
No,
we're
this
we're
was
at Horror
Halloween
Nights now.
Nights.
Oh.
We
Started
pre-gamed.
with Crispy Rice, ended up at Horror Nights.
So I don't know who she is, but it's not her fault. If you start with sake and crispy rice,
She wasn't there.
and rolls and
I think that was the problem. Is she had a different pre-game party.
Well said, TL.
Who knows what that was, but yes, ended up puking all over the mazes at Horror Nights.
She got so blacked out that suddenly the Universal staff shows up out of nowhere and goes, "Come with us," right? And they like escort the group into like a back dressing area of Universal. This is an area the public does not get to see, okay? And they're like, "What are we gonna do about your friend?"
I did forget about all of this.
And we were like, "We'll give her some water." And my wife, being the gorgeous girl that she is like, "Let me stay with her." My wife at the time was 26, 4 years out of college. She's like, "I know this. I'm going to make sure she's hydrated. She doesn't have anyone here." I mean, like she just needs someone to like kind of hang out. Mm-hmm. So she's feeding her water and she kind of, the girl in question comes to, like, kind of like comes out of her malaise, her drunken haze, and looks at my wife and goes, "Who are you?" Okay. And she's like, "I'm Paige, Peck, Josh's wife." She goes, "I don't even know who you are, you stranger." "Get away from me! Get away from me!" And like literally, she turned on the only person who was trying to help her, and she proceeded to throw up not only in the maze but on some other celebs.
Oh,
And was put in an Uber home.
wow.
Okay. I remember some of this.
Yes.
She puked on other humans?
There was a dry cleaning bill.
Okay.
There were some,
Okay.
some fabrics were saturated.
Wow. All right, Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, Taylor, you are Mr. Halloween. right? Like it's your
I
favorite
do.
holiday.
I'm very
is it not?
passionate about Halloween.
You
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Normally throw a Halloween party?
Yes.
Yes.
Although, yeah, we've been bad as of recent. It's again not going to happen this year, but I'm looking forward to next year already. But
Yeah.
yeah, very
Yeah.
passionate. We did just buy like 40 pumpkins yesterday
Oh.
and like dressed up the front porch with pumpkins. So that was exciting.
Lovely. Do you go the standard orange pumpkin, or do you like
We love
dabble
the
into
ugly ones.
You love the ugly ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
You got to mix them. Like we
Yeah.
got the standard oranges,
Yeah.
but then yeah, the ones with like the zits and warts and all the crazy looking
preteens.
shapes.
Yeah.
The preteens.
The teenage pumpkins. Is there pumpkin Accutane?
Yeah.
You know, pumpkins are a depreciating asset,
For sure.
right?
The
Oh, yeah.
prices of them right now are insane. Like this pumpkin patch that I went to, like I bought one single pumpkin for $120.
Oh. Oh my
Now,
God.
granted, it's a large, it's a gorgeous looking pumpkin. Like it's the
Was it like a winner?
yeah,
Like
it's
in a
the s-
competition?
It's the star of the show.
You bought a thoroughbred pumpkin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
okay.
It's beautiful,
Okay, that's cool.
but it's still crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's your feeling towards pumpkin spice, pumpkin flavored things, fall offerings?
The only I know I'm not the biggest. My wife is a huge pumpkin flavored everything.
Love her.
The only thing that I do love pumpkin in is her pumpkin chili.
Wow, pumpkin chili.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a meat-based chili, or that's a veggie
Do it either
chili?
or. You can
But-
do it either or, but there's just, chunks of pumpkin in the chili.
Wow,
Delicious.
wow.
Yes,
Really?
and like
Really delicious?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't like pumpkin flavored things.
I don't like chili.
Okay.
What the?
We covered this. You don't remember?
No, you can't. Oh,
Don't
I do.
rehash
I
this.
do. I do.
Don't rehash
I do
this.
because you made such a dumb, bold statement like that last
What?
time. I don't like all chili. It's just
What do you have against
insane.
chili? Other than the fact that you'll be farting for
Oh,
the next 48 hours.
And now I remember. It's because you don't like cumin. That's it. You don't like the spice.
Cut that out!
You don't like cumin. You don't like
All
cumin.
I need is for the internet to think I don't like cumin.
Josh hates cumin.
I put cumin in everything.
Yeah, because you're normal and you like chili.
I'm down to clown with cumin. Maybe I don't like chili flavoring. Like, isn't that a spice? Chili spice.
Oh, you don't like... I understand. But that's not what chili is.
I want a gumbo. If I'm talking about something, I want a gumbo. My question about chili is like, do you like chili or do you just like chopped onions, Fritos, and cheese and scallions? Because you really got to dress the thing up, no?
See, we do eat a pretty healthy chili because my wife is lactose intolerant, so we can't really put too much. We'll get like a vegan sour cream, and that creams it up, and it's nice. But not like it's not super cheesy. Don't put any Fritos or I'm all for that. Like what are the bags of Fritos? Where
Scoops.
Scoops.
and you
Unbelievable.
put chili in it with the melted cheese. All for it.
Frito
but-
pie. Frito pie.
Frito pie, yes.
It's great.
Gorgeous.
Shout out Frito-Lay Corporation. Not a sponsor, but soon to be.
Should be.
Obviously.
Certainly should be. Has your wife tested her lactose intolerance? Because I was once lactose intolerant, and I'm letting you know you can eat your way through it.
Welcome to the Jewish portion of the Good Guys podcast.
just
brought to you by Judaism.
Just keep eating cheese. Like, sure, like the people around you will suffer for a bit, but eventually I cured myself of my lactose intolerance. I swear. I grew up eating the lactated pill, having fettuccine alfredo, having diarrhea, doing it again. Eventually I never had diarrhea.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she'll spend a good 45 minutes on the can.
Well, she can call me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How open are you guys with pooping, you and your wife?
We're not. If it were up to her, she would be though.
Interesting.
But
Say more.
I'm the one holding it back.
Say more.
We've been together for coming up on 6 years, and we still don't fart, but that is my choice. I think she would let him fly if
She'd
it were
rip
up to
'em.
her. Yeah,
Should rip 'em.
but I just don't want to go there because I feel like once you go there, there's no turning back, and I want to protect that. And yeah, no, pooping is private.
I can confirm that there is no turning back.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not great.
Right.
But I can confirm that once you rip, like me and Claudia have been
You
ripping,
both letting them
tooting,
rip?
and pooping since day one, going on
No.
11 years. Oh, yeah.
Without apology?
Oh, without apology.
Like-
I mean, like, occasionally I'll have to apologize because it will, like, her eyelids are burning.
Yeah,
from,
she'll have to get out of bed and
Yeah.
seek low ground.
yeah, from like a Dutch oven situation or like
Right.
one of those. Like,
Oh my God.
how funny is that? That like somebody named farting and just chucking your significant other under the blanket and holding them hostage while they. It's crazy. But yeah, I can confirm there's no turning back.
So
But-
she'll be in the bathroom doing whatever, doing
Yeah.
her makeup,
Yeah.
and you'll be with the door open.
Well, okay. So that's sort of different. Like,
Okay.
we don't need to see how close to each other we can be while each other's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm taking a shit, she's not in the bathroom. Was that
Okay.
what you meant?
That is
They're
what
like,
I meant. Yeah.
No,
Because
I-
farting's like one thing, but
for sure, but I don't think people like routinely take group shits, right?
okay.
People leave
Is
the
that
door
what you
out-
meant?
I've talked to friends of mine where they do that.
Really?
Or
Um,
one
do they
person will be getting ready at the vanity while the other person's straight up.
But the vanity's in the bathroom.
Isn't it always?
No, I'm just saying, you guys are in these huge houses. Like,
What are we at the Marriott?
yes, they'll both be
I'm
in the bathroom.
I'm in my bathroom couch.
Taylor, I think you're right on. I'm right there with you. My wife and I, almost 12 years. We
Wow.
don't. I've only heard her toot once, and she was pregnant and tired. And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
that's flipping cute.
And you hit her.
And I blamed it on the baby. I was like, you 7-month-old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's, but no shade, no shame.
No.
But I think if you can avoid it, avoid it.
But this is interesting. So size of bathroom definitely comes into play. It definitely does. Obviously, in a New York City apartment, in New York City bathrooms, nobody is ever jointly going into that bathroom while somebody else is taking a shit to do anything.
Right.
To wash your hands, to do nothing. Right? But if you have a 2,000 square foot bathroom, it's a different story.
What are you?
That's what you just said.
What are you, a Shaw? No, there's no proper. I don't care if that bathroom's the size of a
that
Costco.
Nickelodeon money.
There's
Jeez.
no world in which that should happen. The worst, like when I first started dating my wife and we would go on a trip together. I remember we went to Hawaii like 6 months in. I'm ripping craps in the Four Seasons lobby bathroom because I'm like, I'm not gonna do this in our suite.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
The
Oh, yeah.
thrill will
Yeah.
be gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would literally go downstairs to the lobby,
100%.
do the thing there, then come back up to the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, travel.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
A separated. Yeah, I
That's
agree.
smart. Yeah.
So should we start at the beginning? A very good place to start.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so I got. Do you mind? Look, not that Drake and Josh is of the Twilight status, but sometimes I'm like, do we really have to talk? Do you mind talking a little about that?
Not at all.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Dreamland Baby. Go to dreamlandbabyco.com and enter my code GOODGUYS at checkout to receive 20% off site-wide, plus free shipping. This offer is for new and existing customers. Guys, I love Dreamland Baby. Their weighted sleep sack, or as I should say, the Dreamland Baby sleep sack is incredible. I thought all sleep sacks were the same. My son has always loved using them. My first son Max did up until he was almost 3 years old, and now my son Shy. And when I tried this out, and what I love about being a parent is when you can share hacks and tips and tools of the trade with other parents. The weighted sleep sack makes him feel so cozy. It makes him feel comfortable. He winds up sleeping longer. He has better sleeps, deeper sleeps, and it's better for us because when the baby sleeps longer, the whole family sleeps longer. It's easy to use, two-way zipper. So if you have to do a diaper change in the middle of the night, we've all been there. Really soft, beautiful quality materials that will stand up to a wash. And it's cover calm technology, right? So it's evenly distributed weight from shoulders to toes that's exclusive to Dreamland Baby products. So again, I'm just a big fan because I've tried it. And now for the last 3 months, my son has slept better than ever. And I know it's so much to do with the Dreamland Baby sleep sack. So go to dreamlandbabyco.com and enter my code GOODGUYS at checkout to receive 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. This offer is for new and existing customers.
This episode of Good Guys is brought to you by Hero Bread, my absolutely favorite bread.
Tastes so good, so unbelievably fluffy. Ultra low net carbs, high fiber, no sugar. But when I tell you the texture, it's so unbelievably fluffy. I'll go make a nice turkey sandwich, stack it, some mayonnaise, some lettuce, some onions, some pickles. Delicious. Cut it in half. And that fluffy, fluffy white bread from Hero Bread, it absolutely can't be beat. It's 100% my favorite bread, my go-to bread. I'll order in some pastrami, layer the pastrami, some Russian dressing on the nice Hero Bread. So soft, so delicious, absolutely perfect. For your first purchase, you can use Good Guys for 10% off at hero.co. Hero makes sliced breads, buns, tortillas, and they're all available on hero.co and on Amazon. Fewer calories than the leading national brands, 5 grams of protein per slice. I mean, protein plus protein. It's a lot of protein. Unbelievable. You have it, makes you full longer. And I can't stress this enough. The bread is so fluffy. It's so soft. You can't believe it because so many of these competitors, their bread is so much harder. It doesn't taste like that white bread that you're really looking for. And this bread from Hero Bread is so fluffy, so delicious, really makes the perfect sandwich, packed with protein, no sugars. So visit hero.co and use code GOODGUYS at checkout for 10% off your first purchase. That's hero.co. Use code GOODGUYS for 10% off your first order. Again, you won't regret it. My favorite bread.
Okay, thank you.
But
Great.
Drake and Josh or Twilight?
Yeah, we're gonna this whole episode's gonna be Drake and Josh.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so first fun story, because I can't help but make this all about me. I remember it's like 2006, 7. They're like, audition for this movie, Twilight. It's based on a book. It's gonna be great. And
Oh, wow.
I send in my tape.
For who?
Edward.
Wow.
A month later,
Did I know this?
I get a. I'm with my manager. He goes, "It's down to you and 3 guys. You're close." I'm like, really? I hadn't even had a tummy tuck yet. I'm like, there's no way. He's got to be so shirtless. It's not going to happen. Spoiler alert, didn't get it. But I remember, and then seeing our Pats playing this part. I'm like, in what fucking world were they like? They're like, okay, here's what we're thinking: Chris Hemsworth or Stanley Tucci. Like, what the? Impossible! Impossible!
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we almost worked together.
I did not know that.
Oh my God, that's
Holy
so
crap.
funny.
My big question is, because I think we had the same acting coach as a kid, Andrew Megarian.
Yes.
The
Yes.
best, right?
Yes.
Like, who was in your acting class? Because he had some big hitters.
He's really, he produces some winners.
Who was in your class?
Let's see. We had like Britt Robertson, Carter Jenkins.
Okay, I had a better class.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you said produce winners.
I think Austin Butler and me overlapped at some point.
Biggie.
Triggering for you, though.
God bless Austin and his weird accent that you can't lose. Evan Rachel Wood was in mine. Evan
Yes.
Peters. All the Evans.
Was Evan too? Wow.
And I remember, and tell me if this is true, what he said was, and he was always giving you, I'm not just saying this, he was always giving you so much credit, because he was like, between the first and the second Twilight, in the books, your character makes this kind of a bit of a transformation physically. Was there talks before, because you in the original movie, you were like lean and thin and not the...
Yeah, I mean, I was,
The
a
Adonis.
16-year-old boy.
Right, natural, normal.
Yeah.
And were there talks that maybe you weren't going to play Jacob in the second movie because you just didn't quite physically fit that part yet?
There wasn't before. The first time I had heard of that was shortly after the first movie came out. But I knew that if the first movie did well, they were going to want to start filming the second movie pretty shortly after, like at the beginning of the new year. And I've read the books, so I know where my character goes. So thankfully, long before the first movie came out, I started my transformation journey. But the studio was unaware of that. So right after the movie came out, it did very well. They decided we're greenlighting the second movie. I got a phone call from my agents and my managers saying, hey, tough news, but the studio just called us and they let us know that they thank you for your participation in the first movie, but they're going to be moving on and recasting for the second movie.
For the same part.
Yeah. And I kind of saw it coming, but what the studio didn't know is I started my journey probably 9 months before that phone call. So my team was just like, okay, I hear ya. Have you seen Taylor recently? And they were like, no. And they were just like, okay, well, you may want to take a meeting with him. And they were like, okay. So I took a meeting with them. They were surprised. At that point, everything stayed on. I put on at that point like 25 pounds of muscle, maybe 20 at that point.
Wow.
And then they were surprised, but they didn't stop their search for other people. They kept talking to me as they were doing auditions with 10 year older guys than me.
How did you feel?
I got it. I understood. I understood why, because there's no way I could have played Jacob in the second movie and on looking like I did in the first movie. So I understood that. But as soon as they saw the amount of work that I had been putting in for the last 9 months, at that point I was like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? So then I had to start the audition process completely over again.
Wow.
I had to meet with the studio. I had to meet with the director. They made me read again with Kristen, or actually they wanted me to read again with a casting director. And I called Kristen up and I was like, could you do me a favor? Would you read opposite me for this? And she said, absolutely.
So she fought for you.
Yeah, she did. She was a huge part of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there definitely was a meeting where they were like, all right, take it off.
Wow, for real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember being in the parking lot before that meeting because they said that they needed to see it. And I remember being in the parking lot. I brought some dumbbells and just pumping up before I walked in the room. I walked in with a little tank top.
Well, it's good to know everything's equal in show business.
I was going to say, did that happen to you at Nickelodeon as well?
But could you imagine I don't think you could, certainly you couldn't do that with a female, but like in any version of that, right? But could you do that with a guy today, 15 years later?
I don't think so.
Probably not, huh?
I don't think so. I don't think you could. Yeah, I don't think a studio. I don't think you would be in a boardroom of a studio having 15 executives and on one side of the table, you on the other side of the table, and them being like, all right, take it off. Let's see it. You're like, well, that's on. Well, the book does say.
Did you do any posing? Were they sick lats? Did they?
No. But I did, one of the scenes that they made me screen test with Kristen for was a scene where I took my shirt off. So they did get to see it then too. But that was a little earlier on in the process. Because I ended up by the time we started filming, and this journey went right down to a couple weeks before they started filming. I didn't know that I re-got the role until within a month from filming. But yeah, I ended up putting 35 pounds on in total. But
how did you do that?
Because I was so young, I was 17. The trick was no cardio. I wish that I could, do this today. But it was just heavy weightlifting sessions. Obviously, eating was the most important thing. When I was filming, I would have my trainer with me, and he would wake me up at 5 a.m. and feed me a 600-700 calorie protein shake. I would down the protein shake and go back to bed for 2 hours before I had to wake up for the day. Because if I had less than 5,000 calories a day, then I would start dropping in weight. It wasn't natural for my body to be at the weight and muscle mass that I was at.
That was like us pre-Ozempic.
Oh, man.
God, Claudia's like, wake up, Biggie, take a bite. Gotta maintain your weight. Oh my God, 5,000 calories. It's so funny just the way that people process food differently. Like if I had that, I'd be with you. Posted Dr. Nazardin last night in a TikTok that I saw. Like I would be on my 600-pound life, and I'd be proud.
I mean, if I did that now, it would be a different story. But at 17, I was just like burning so much.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of my journey, my trainer, like right when I started working out, I would literally do a workout and he would say, go over to Carl's Jr. and get a frickin' triple, cheeseburger and a chocolate shake. Like we just need to put something on your body first. Wow. Then we can transform it into muscle. But
wow, sounds amazing.
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome. And so no injections.
No.
Wow.
Creatine, sups, glutamine, BCAAs.
Is creatine like his water weight?
It helps your muscle hold on to water.
Would that have like gone in like a drink?
Yeah.
I think that sounds familiar.
It's pretty benign. It's good.
Yeah.
They sell it at GNC. It's nothing on. It's
Sell
not.
it at
You don't
GNC.
get shot up with it in the Bally's locker room by some guy named Rick who's got a tan. You kind of already answered this, but so you get the part and you're walking back on set for the second movie for the part you already got once.
Yeah.
Are you a little resentful?
I don't know if resentful is the word, but I definitely was like, ready to prove myself and ready to stick it to him. Like I'm like, I want to knock this out of the park so much that you question why you ever questioned me. For sure.
And so nobody told you directly that you needed to gain that weight. You just had read the books, saw the writing on the wall, team planned. Like, what a great team. Like, if you don't do that, which I'm sure most people don't.
It was, to be completely honest, it was my father who led the charge. He was the one who sat me down and he said, Bud, you know where your character goes. And if you wait until after the movie comes out to start that journey, it's going to be too late. So if you want any chance of this, you got to start right now.
Wow.
So yeah, he was the one who sat me down and kind of had that original conversation. And then had a couple terrific trainers, and it was a lot of work, but well worth it.
If you're not using HelloFresh, you're nuts. Okay, look, HelloFresh is giving you farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes that are delivered right to your doorstep. So you're going to skip trips to the grocery store because of America's #1 meal kit. I'm telling you, I know you think you like going to the store. You don't. Okay, you're worrying about parking. Does the store have all the ingredients you need? You're going to have to spend so much time thinking about what you're going to cook, whipping it up, picking up everything, dealing with the parking lot. Are you getting anxiety hearing me talk? I'm getting anxiety saying it. With HelloFresh, I know it seems new. I know it seems different. Everything's going to come right to you, okay? Your crazy schedule is going to be made easy with your dinner time recipe solution. Okay, you're going to keep mealtime exciting because HelloFresh has over 40 recipes to choose from every week. So there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. And it's beautiful. It's farm fresh ingredients. HelloFresh does all the shopping for you. And whether it's their apple cider cake with caramel sauce or their barbecue pulled pork nachos, or maybe even a mini pumpkin cheesecake for a fun fall offering. They've got everything you need. You can add on things, you can take away, different protein options. It works for all different diets. And here is the best part. Go to HelloFresh.com/50goodguys and use code 50goodguys for 50% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/50goodguys and use code 50goodguys for 50% off plus free shipping.
This episode of Good Guys is brought to you by Earnin. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 per day. It's $100 per day as you work and leave an optional tip. As money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. If I needed something like Earnin is exactly what I'd use. And here's why. Make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Earnin's the app that's helping millions of Americans feel self-sufficient without falling into debt traps. Earnin empowers you to live life to the fullest by providing up to $100 per day. That's $100 per day of your paycheck within minutes of earning it. No mandatory fees and no credit check. It's easy and free to get started. Add your bank and employment info. We'll verify your paycheck. So download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Good Guys under podcast. When you sign up, it'll really help the show. Good Guys under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
When you do these kind of movies, I know, like the first one, you know, you don't know if it's going to be massive.
Yeah.
Everyone usually gets paid kind of the minimum, right? And not to get too much into specifics, but is it between like the second and third? Like, when do you guys do, like, because I love that, the big renegotiate, right?
Yeah.
You're working for us now, right, Robert? Right, Taylor.
Like, imagine that was you.
Right? We would have crushed it together.
Oh, it would have been incredible. But like, when was that moment?
I'll just say this. Studios they learned from their mistakes from the Twilight franchise. Shortly after the Twilight franchise, they learned that we have to just sign people to 5-6 picture deal right off the
You
bat.
guys were only signed to one?
To start, yeah. And then after that was like another 1 or 2. And then they were like, oh, there's a 4th book that just came out, and we want to split the 4th book, so it's going to be 2 movies. So, yeah, we were very thankful for that.
Wow, that's nice.
That's
You want to
nice.
split the 4th one? You're like, yeah, I want to split my home into 2 homes.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's back it up. Good for you, man.
Yeah, and then like I think they did like Hunger Games and like a couple of those other ones like Divergent shortly after, and they just were like, all right, you guys are going to sign your life away. I'm sure they had lovely renegotiations, but yeah, they learned their lesson.
And so when did you meet your lovely wife, who we've had the great pleasure of spending a lot of time with? She's the best. Taylor and Taylor. When did you
Yes.
guys meet?
Yes, we met very end of 2017. And then, yeah, she had just started nursing school. We had the nursing school journey. That was right at when I like took a step back from the industry and didn't really want to be filming and working too much. So our relationship started with her busting her butt in nursing school, graduating at the beginning of 2020, being thrown into the hospital, and then every unit is turned COVID. Her journey with that, and kind of I was just like the supportive boyfriend and husband who would make her meals to come back home to and be there, as a shoulder to cry on after she has a rough day at the hospital, losing patients. So yeah, it's been almost 6 years.
And you guys have a great big podcast called The Squeeze.
Thank you.
Mental health driven.
Yes.
Why is mental health so important to you? And what about that? What made you guys want to start that podcast?
I think it's because mental health has never been something for either of us that we've like been passionate about for a long time. Like we didn't deal with mental health issues like since we were young, it kind of like both of our mental health journeys started right at the same time, which is about when we met. Her going through life as a COVID nurse, she was left with some severe PTSD from that. Me, I think just like the way that I grew up, which you can certainly relate to, Josh, just growing up that way, I don't think I dealt with anything and thought about it too much until it all just smacked me in the face at a certain point. And I was like, okay, that wasn't a normal upbringing. Some of the things I've gone through aren't typical. And I think I need to like just take a step back to deal with that. I think we both started our mental health journey right at the same time. We were both there for each other. And then, we started a nonprofit. She started a mental health blog called Lemons by Tay. And then The Squeeze was like the spin-off of that. And we launched that at the beginning of the year, and it's been going great. It's free therapy for us. Like, it's great. Like, our guests have a great time. They thank us for being able to have, awesome, vulnerable conversations. Our listeners and viewers love it. But for me and Tay, we get so much out of it. Like, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just think podcasting in general, at least for me, is also oddly therapeutic. Yes, of course, we're not a mental health podcast, but like spending an hour plus with you, not looking at the devil's device, like, it's nice. Like, just, I don't know, just like thinking and breathing and having a good time and being funny like that, at least for me, is like my happy place. Yeah. I don't have to think about other things. But.
Yeah. What do you think? I think it's a trap for everyone, from the most crazy, massive movie star to just like people who are kind of going from job to job. But I think like always the trap or the pressure is to like, you have to sustain.
Yeah.
And when you're at that rarefied, insanely high height, I mean, first of all, it's impossible. No one's able to just stay at that height forever. I heard Tom Segura talk about it once, where he was saying that, like, you scale a mountain and you get to the peak and it's incredible and you feel accomplished.
Yeah.
But the air's really thin up there. You can't stay up there long.
Yeah.
Like, eventually, like, you got to go back to base camp and maybe you scale it again.
Yeah.
But you need to regroup. Mm-hmm. So how did you have the guts and the confidence to be like, I'm not going to stay in the rat race. I'm going to take some time for myself? For so long I was going around wondering why I had muscle cramps after working out. And I would feel this overall malaise, like this fatigue. And I'm like, I'm 36. I'm at the prime of my life. Things are going, I have a moderately successful podcast. Like, everything's going well for me. And then I realized that it's because I'm electrolyte deficient. Guys, I love Element. I'm so proud that they have been a sponsor of the Good Guys podcast for this long. I drink Element, I'm not kidding you, every single day. With Element, it's a science-backed electrolyte ratio, right? 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams magnesium. No coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, no BS. And it can work in a keto diet, low carb, paleo diet. I do intermittent fasting, and they say that it takes about 25 calories or more to break your fast. This is 10 or less. So really, I can drink it in the morning and not worry about leaving my fasted state, which is very important to me. And right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any purchase. That's 8 single serving packs free with any Element order. It's a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/goodguys. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/goodguys. Element offers no questions asked refunds. Try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, share it with a salty friend and they will give you your money back, no questions asked. You have nothing to lose.
It took a while. It wasn't easy, and I didn't have those guts for a while because I was trying to fight it. I was trying to prove myself, because like a certain point, like I did have this, like, it felt like, at least, like, this target on my back, and it was nearly impossible to make people happy, or nearly impossible to be successful. And that got to me. Like, I'm a sensitive guy. So I certainly got my feelings hurt. And I think at first it was like, okay, well then, what do I need to do to please them? What do I need to do to prove myself? Like, and it was just, desperation, like trying to figure out, how I can fix this. And I think, after realizing that also was, is nearly impossible, I think it was just like, okay, I think it was taking the step back to realize that I'm prioritizing the wrong things here. Like, surely that stuff is going to happen and it sucks, whatever. But also I had a problem with, what I was deeming as important in my life. And it's like, I know who I am. I know the person I am. Right. I know the, husband I am. I know the son I am. I know the friend I am. Like, that should be enough. And my work, my career, that should just be cherries on top. But I was putting all of my self-worth in that.
Sure. And
you're never going to win that battle. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it did. It took feeling a bit like a failure. And at first I probably like felt like I was quitting, but it took that momentary quit to realize that I need to shift, I need to shift my thinking here. And yeah, I feel so much better today than I did a few years ago. And I'm very thankful for that choice and the people in my life that have been with me over the past few years. It's been huge.
I think it's so true, because familiarity breeds contempt. And I think the worst thing one can do for themselves is like take things they're not passionate about, or do things just to stay, in quotes, relevant.
Yeah.
Because the public can feel it. It feels sweaty, right? And in a weird way, you honoring yourself and protecting yourself and knowing what was most important, suddenly, like, it gives you this air of mystery that you were confident enough to walk away and be like, listen, for right now, and certainly not forever, but like, this isn't going to be my main priority.
Yeah.
Because I think people can't compute that anyone would walk away from the business for a minute. Yeah. They're like, but you're doing the thing that we've all, so many people want to do, or like, you're getting to operate at this level. Why would you ever take a breath? But in the same right, like, if you think about Chappelle at the height of Chappelle's show, walking away and giving the money back, and like spending 10 years going, when I do come back, like, I know I'll be just as good. Mm-hmm. It made him infamous, right? It gave him infamy. And now there's a level to him where it just feels like, I don't know. It's just like a girl, like they want you when you've got a girlfriend. They don't want you when you're single, when you're at the bar being like, hey, what do you do? I'm a CVS pharmacy tech. Oh, cool. I just, in my case, I just tested for a pilot. I didn't get it, but it's not looking good. I'm nervous,
Yeah, no, it's very true.
Does it ever get annoying having the same name as your wife?
No, it's just only starting to, because now that we like officially have the same exact name, packages are becoming tough. Like,
my wife was wondering that. She's a big Amazon gal. Say more.
Yeah, like holiday season is upon us. We're starting, like, we need to figure something out, because when I'm, buying stuff for her and she's buying stuff for me, we're going to have some surprises spoiled if we open the wrong Taylor Lautner package.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, say like TSA, airports are a little, they'll be like, so which one of you is Taylor? And we're like, both of us. I'm like, okay. Well, which one of you is Taylor Lautner? Like, also both of us. They're like, man, this seems fishy. We're gonna send you to security. And we like literally have to explain ourselves.
Oh, I'd get divorced over that. Extra screening.
It's tough.
Extra screen.
It's tough.
My wife doesn't have pre-check. I won't wait in line with her. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll see you on the other side.
By the way, you and Claudia are the same.
I look like a guy who's taking off my shoes.
You're the
Not
You're
never.
the same. I also was just like so like stupid and stubborn for so long. I'm like, why do I need TSA when I have Clear? And she's like,
Yeah.
because they're completely different. And it took me trying to come from Canada to New York, and I was on a 3.5 hour line where I could have avoided it with maybe it was global entry or whatever it was. But
You get both.
yeah,
with
I have both. I have both.
I still
I
don't.
have all of them. Yeah, you
You
need
have
it.
neither?
Yeah,
need-
I
you
too famous
recently
to
got
not.
Clear, but I don't have pre-check.
You really need it.
I know. I
I-
know I do.
You really need it. Yeah,
I don't even know how to do it.
yeah.
Like
You
do
probably
it
got
at
a
the-
guy. You have a guy?
There's no guy. You got to go to a governmental office.
There's a guy. There's definitely a guy that can do it.
There's
like
not
a-
a guy. For
You
the
have a
government.
guy for everything. You don't have a guy?
It's funny. I have a congressman who gets me passports. But shout out Ted Lieu. Great congressman. It's funny. I was walking. I was doing a show in Canada in like 2020, and my son was one. Didn't have a passport. Height of COVID. All the federal offices are closed. He needed a passport, and so we're screwed because we're leaving like in a month, but like at this point, because usually you can expedite it. At this point, it's
Yeah.
like 6 months out,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to quarantine together. So there's just no world where we can't all go.
Yeah.
So someone suggests, like, you should reach out to your local congressman. So we reach out to good old Ted Lieu. What? Ted Lieu's office.
You didn't know him at
No,
this
he's
time?
our local congressman. He represents us. This
Okay.
is what he gets paid for.
Okay.
Who's the Agora congressman? Look it up. This is important information. It's so funny. And his office reaches out and they're like,
His name is Ted Lieu.
he's the best.
I'm not
Shout-
buying it.
Oh, wait till you hear this. And Aid in his office reaches out. They're like, we're happy to help with this. Send us the info. We're going to get this expedited for you. I go, how many posts do you need? I'm like, I'm thinking 2 IG stories and a reel.
Right. Oh, ecstatic. Frick.
They go, no, we're your congressman. This is what we do. You don't owe us anything. I was like, wow. And funny enough, I was walking the picket line to the SAG strike, humble brag, and the local congressman for the Hollywood area where Paramount is, or should I say, the one who won't be named? No, but the local congressman for that area, he was coming to support the strike, and we were walking. And I told him my Ted Lieu story. He goes, "Can I tell you that over 50% of the work we do as Congress people is helping people with passports?"
No way.
He's like, and by the way, it'll get you reelected. So to that end, vote for Ted Lieu. He's the best. He's the best. Nothing will make you more appreciative than someone helping you through governmental
For
bureaucracy.
sure. Have
Lovely.
you like had dinner with Ted Lieu?
I would anytime.
You should.
TL,
Ted.
where you another TL? Where you trying to go? You want to go get a steak, Teddy?
You guys need to have a steak dinner.
Hell yeah, he's the best. Good peeps.
We have to introduce Ted Lieu and Turdy Lou. That's why I realize it's in my head as like this hilarious name. I'm like, why is Ted Lieu? Why is this like entering my body like this? Because Turdy Lou. Because of Turdy Lou.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so funny. Speaking of Turdy Lou, she would absolutely kill me if I didn't. And if you don't want to talk about it, we can cut it. But if I didn't ask just how this meteoric rise of what's going on with Taylor Swift, you in this music video, like just how that came to be and just how it's affected your social media in general. Like I would assume like it's created some like we're all seeing what's happening with Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah. The power of Swift is pretty crazy.
and she's an old friend.
Yeah. An old friend, an older girlfriend, but we hadn't talked in a long time, and then at the very beginning of this year, I got a phone call from my manager saying, "You'll never believe who I got a phone call from." I'm like, "Okay, who?" He's like, "Taylor Swift's manager." And she, wants to know if she can get your new cell phone number and reach out to you. And that's all they would tell me. I was like, okay. Had a talk with my wife. She's the biggest Swiftie on the planet. She was absolutely fine with that. And then, yeah, she hits me up, pitches me the idea. I say, obviously I'm in. We skirt off to Liverpool to shoot it. And then, yeah, it comes out and it's just crazy. I think within like 3 or 4 days, I got like more than 1 million Instagram followers.
Wow.
Tay also got almost as much as I did. It was crazy, but yeah, I mean, I tell everybody that doesn't know her personally that people need to know that she is the most down to earth, awesome human. Like, it's just crazy for like the level that she's on. She could so easily be a stuck up diva, and she's not. She's like so incredibly thoughtful and sweet. It's mind blowing. And she's also we know that she's a genius. Like, she does everything. I don't know how she does it without actually dying, but she does everything. Like, she writes everything. She was the director. She shoots everything. She's one of one. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, we've spoken about this at length. Her doing 4-hour concerts in the pouring rain and somehow not getting sick. Like, I don't, like, it's for 100,000 people. Like, it's crazy. You were mentioning before that nobody like really stays at that level. I know you were talking about actors, but comes down to take a breath. It feels like she's been up there for, and she's like the only person up there.
Yeah. And I don't know if we'll like continue to see stuff like that for much longer, just because of the world we live in today. Like, it's just, new stuff, new people, moments, like her longevity and just everything she's still doing, 15, 20 years later it's remarkable.
When you guys were dating, it was sort of, you were both truly at like the height of fame and of your powers. So what was that like, trying to have somewhat of like a normal new dating relationship, but knowing that probably you couldn't go out?
I mean, yeah, no, you couldn't. It really, like, I was still in this young bubble where I don't think I really just fully grasped what life was at that moment. I was living it, but I look back at that person and it doesn't feel like me. It feels like a completely different person in different life.
That's growth. That's good. That's good, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane. And I mean, yeah, you watch it with everybody that she dates. But yeah, her and frickin' Travis right now. I mean, yeah, you can't step outside of a door and go to dinner without, thousands of fans waiting for you and 50 paparazzi. It's a crazy lifestyle. So the fact that she lives that every day and is the person she is just, I just am so happy for her.
Is there like a trick, like not just that you and Taylor might have had, but that like celebrities, is there anything you can do? Like, can you send out decoys and then go the other direction?
Yeah. We had to do that plenty.
You had a decoy?
That's how me and Taylor met. I'm his stunt double. All right, Ben. You have a reservation tonight at Craig's?
Ben's like, I'm Taylor Lautner.
And Josh is like, I'm Robert Pattinson. And we're the good guys. That's so funny.
But yeah, you're not wrong. They're like when we were filming the music video, there's decoy people, decoy vans that, if there's paparazzi waiting to follow you and we like are just trying to get back to our hotel, like somebody will leave first and take them out of it so then you can sneak out. Like, it's crazy. I mean, her security team is like actually Secret Service. Like, it's insane. Wow. But she needs it.
Yeah. Wow. That, to your point, I think it's also too, and I obviously could never speak for her, but people of that level of celebrity, like I think they almost make their peace with the idea that like they have to be so generous with their life that they give up the anonymity, they give up the privacy that the three of us, hold dear. Most people, you forget, like. It's kind of why I try to keep my kids as much as I can, unless it's a huge brand deal. No, I'm kidding. But like I try to keep them out of social and whatnot because I want to give them the right of anonymity. And then if they get to a certain age and they're like, "Dad, I want to be in your stuff," or "I'd like to try whatever," I'll be like, "Please, God, go to business school." No, but
I know.
it's a great. It's a great right that I think people think that they would just give up if given the chance to be mega famous, but it's a huge trade.
Yeah, you don't realize what comes with it. I mean, the good and the bad. There's, obviously incredible blessings and amazing stuff that comes with it, but you pay for it. And I'm thankful that I don't have to live quite that way anymore.
Last question: Who about Taylor Swift? Who picks up the bill on the dates? Because you got to be like, Taylor, you got it. Come on, what are we talking about?
I would like to think. Hopefully, I did. I was 17 at the time, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Gentlemen,
Well done.
I sure hope so.
Well done.
Good for you.
I hope.
I wouldn't have.
No, you wouldn't have. So we do a segment on the show called What Are You Nuts?
Yep.
I think you're familiar with it. In case you aren't, people's, places, things, gripes, things that are just make you say, "What are you nuts?"
Okay.
Josh, do you have one? You want to go?
I do. Did my phone drop?
Your cellular, did it go down?
When I. Oh, it did. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, we'll cut all this out because that's super engaging. Here, Benjamin, do you want to go first? And I'm going to check my notes real quick because.
Yes, I will go first. So I flew into LA last night, and I get off the plane, and I'm parched.
Are these real stories?
Oh, real stories.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh no, these should be things that like every day, unless you don't feel this way. Like every day, like you sort of look throughout whatever's going on, and you're like, God, what the hell is going on here? Like that's sort of that moment.
Yeah, you have a lot of these
I
thoughts.
do, all the time.
Wow.
All the time, permanently. I think it's it's cryptic.
I can see your face in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Instagram story.
Yeah.
Walking down the New York
Yeah.
street,
Just fucking pissed. just pissed.
I
So
need to start writing these down.
You do. So I get off the plane, parched, go to get a bottle of water, and I'm looking. All of the bottles are aluminum. 100% of the bottles are aluminum. The first thing that I'm thinking, all right, these are going to be some pricey water bottles because it's not that they moved from the plastic bottles to the aluminum bottles and they didn't jack it up $4, right? They did. And I'm looking around trying to find just like a regular plastic, like a smart water.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find it. They're all aluminum. I asked the cashier, do you have any regular water bottles? They're like, no, there's a ban in LAX on plastic water bottles, only aluminum. To the right, it's an entire fridge of juices, Powerades, Gatorades, sodas, all plastic.
Right.
100% plastic.
But
the water, we can't have any plastic water bottles. And what do I say to that? What are you, nuts? I'm not paying $7 for an aluminum water bottle. Like, honestly, they should be worried that people are going to use it as a weapon. They're so concerned with people using weapons in airports, right? I can't bring in my scissors. Why can I have a 200-pound aluminum water bottle? I could crack your head open with that water bottle. You couldn't do that with a plastic bottle. What are you, nuts?
Wow.
You try to take over a plane with a water bottle?
You could.
I'm choking you out in the aisle.
Oh, also, you've obviously experienced these bottles. You crack open the top. It's like it's like a knife.
Oh, yeah.
It's so sharp.
Very sharp.
It's a weapon. It's a weapon.
Yeah.
You know you're not allowed to have caps at sporting events. They take the caps off the bottles.
Yeah.
Because people are such fucking degenerates that they throw the caps at the players.
Really?
Yeah,
They
no caps
take
allowed
the
at
caps
Staples.
from
They do.
you?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. They take the caps.
I
No
didn't know
caps
that.
allowed.
Yeah.
Guess I haven't been to a sporting event in a hot sec.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So LAX doesn't
Nope.
have
Good luck.
plastic water bottles.
Good luck. Maybe for you. Maybe they have like some stash in the back,
Jeez.
like a rogue Dasani, just in case. But no,
I on the way here, I wanted a smoothie during my drive, and I popped into Erewhon. Mistake number one. And I also wanted a water bottle, and I did grab a water bottle, and just as I was lifting it off the shelf, I looked down, and the price was $21 and it's like some
Erewhon.
I don't know. It's like
Nuts.
what
Alkaline water? Alkaline's fake.
something.
Not true.
But $21, and I just was like, oh nope, and I put that back quicker than you can whistle Dixie.
see, what are you nuts?
Yeah, that's a what are you
That's
nuts
a good
for
one.
sure.
Nuts.
It's a great what are you nuts?
Plus, you're at the Media, steal the water in the snack closet.
Okay.
I steal plenty of bottles because they
You
don't
know
validate
somebody?
parking here. So I feel like I'm getting back at them. For real, I come out with 4 or 5 bottles. I'm like, fuck you. It's my own little quiet, little give it to the man. Anyway, leave that in.
Jeez.
My what are you nuts moment is, so the other day, my beautiful mother-in-law, shout out to Stacy, she's just boiling some pasta on the stove. My son's over, and she's like, oh, we don't have much, but I wanted to make some dinner for Max. Like, she's like, I don't know. She's like, can you strain it and just like let me know when it's ready, and maybe like doctor it up with something, butter and Parmesan. I'm like, great, delicious, simple. So then Max goes, well, I really love some tomato sauce, my son, red sauce, and my mother-in-law goes, oh, yeah, red sauce would be good. And I go, oh, perfect. And I go into the fridge, and she goes, you know what? I don't think we have red sauce. And I go, okay. But I look in the fridge, and there it is, Rayo's nice jar of sauce, red sauce.
Okay.
So throw it in the pasta. All is one. All is forgiven. This is beautiful. Josh handling it. Suddenly, my mother-in-law, by the way, love you. She goes, Josh, it's pizza sauce.
Got it.
Pasta's ruined. I go, pizza sauce. Sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce.
It's sauce.
Red sauce. Confirmed sauce.
Confirmed sauce. I'm like, it don't matter. She goes, no. It's pizza sauce. And my wife goes, you put pizza sauce on the pasta? You big idiot. I'm like, I don't think this matters, guys. In fact, I think it's actually even better for my kid because it just means that it's more pulverized. Like it's just probably a smoother sauce than like a chunky red you would put on pasta.
Uh-huh.
Something you'd have on a pizza. Maybe a little more sugar. I don't know. I don't think it's much different.
So you're with him on this.
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay.
Okay, this becomes such a ruckus at the house, and I'm like feeling pressure. I'm putting it together. I'm taste testing it. I'm like, I think it's good, guys.
fine? Yeah.
I'm doctoring it up, throwing on sea salt, olive oil. I'm like, I can save this. I put it in front of my kid. He goes, that's pizza sauce. The kid's eating chicken tenders now. The pasta's ruined.
Oh,
I'm like,
my.
this is what are you nuts?
What are you nuts?
Pizza sauce is tomato sauce. Marshall, could you please look up the difference between pizza sauce and regular?
I think it is sugar.
It's just a little more sugary. Marinara.
They're a marketer's dream. That's all I have to say.
That is
That's all
so
I have
true,
to say.
Ben.
That's
Pizza
funny.
sauce and marinara sauce are similar, but not the same. Pizza sauce is thicker in consistency than marinara sauce because the tomatoes are pureed instead of lightly blended.
Pureed
better.
instead of
Got
lightly
it.
blended. So just
Got
more
it.
time.
Okay, so a marketer's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always
Same
felt this
sauce, just keep it in the blender longer.
way. Yeah, like I like. There's so many of these. Honestly, it would be a great segment just comparing two things that really are identical that they've
Yeah.
tricked us into thinking are different.
Yeah.
Shampoo and body wash. Why can't you use shampoo as a body wash? Tell me why.
You can, but you can't use body wash
Totally.
as a shampoo.
Agreed. But why can't you use shampoo as a body wash?
You totally can.
You can, right?
Can you?
Why not?
I don't know. Okay, this you are something good here. I don't know what it is, but I remember one time I did the wrong thing down in this region, and it went up the thing
Oh,
and stung.
Your vagina? What did it go up? Oh,
Pee-pee hole.
your pee-pee hole.
I
Sorry.
got that.
I didn't. Clearly.
What it go up your butthole on your dick? No, it went up his dick.
Gotcha.
And it was the most pain I had ever experienced. It was because it wasn't a body wash. I know I used something else and that happened, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. But I don't remember what it was.
Interesting. I have to just let you guys know that I use shampoo
Shampoo as a
every
body wash?
single day as a body wash.
Yeah?
Crazy.
And
Yeah.
you rub it down there?
Yeah. I
Okay.
have no problems.
Okay.
But you do pose an interesting question. Maybe it's a little bit tamer, the body wash, than the shampoo. But why would I want something that's so harsh on my hair when my hair is so important? I want something soft on my hair.
Yeah.
I don't shampoo every day. I'm that guy.
Right.
I
You're
can
not
condition
supposed
every
to.
day.
But you're not supposed to.
I'm like twice a week max.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
not getting near you, Stinky.
No, I'm not. I'm gorgeous. I'm perfect. Have you ever met Tom Cruise?
Yes.
And of course he has.
Yeah.
Have you guys sort of reminisced about, at one time, like you and your lovely wife, Taylor and Taylor, he at one time was dating Penelope Cruz.
Yes.
Someone who can be like, hey, Taylor,
Yeah.
been there.
I was thinking to myself, what girl named Tom?
I
is
know.
Tom
That's
Cruise
where I thought he
dating?
was going. I was like, he was with a Tom?
Yeah.
Same last names. That's something.
Yeah. I think they got married, right? I think
Were
they got
they?
married. No? Could
I
be
don't
wrong.
know.
Okay.
I
but
just-
yes. But yeah, him and Penelope Cruz.
You guys talk about that?
See, unfortunately, I hadn't met my wife yet. I guess I would have met the other Taylor then. But no, we did not reminisce about that. But he was kind enough to just offer mentorship and just like say, if you ever need anything, ever like have any questions, like here's my cell phone number, hit me up. If you like want to have lunch and want to pick my brain on anything, zero pressure. But if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call me.
Wow.
It's very sweet. And we did. I had lunch with him like twice and picked his brain on things.
Where'd you go? Applebee's?
To his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, to his house.
What did he whip up? Let me guess.
Personal
He didn't
chef.
cook.
Personal
It was not him doing the whipping up.
Speaking of cooking, though, you are a big chef.
I do. Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but I enjoy it.
You do.
I do. It's like, that's my therapy.
Yeah.
Like, I love prepping, and I prep and I cook and take cleans. That's the clean is the part for me that like when I see those messy pans, and that is my nightmare. But I'll prep and cook as often as she'd like.
That is just such a great deal. I would cook so much more, but Claudia is like, if you don't leave the kitchen looking fucking spotless after you've cooked, then you can't cook anymore.
It's a lot of pressure.
And that's why we order in.
Yeah,
Nice
we have
order in.
good deals. We kind of
It's a good deal.
separate the. Yeah, we got other things like that too, but
It's a good
so
deal.
far we're only a year into marriage, so we'll see.
Mhm.
But smooth sailing.
Yeah,
so
call me
far.
in 6.
Yeah,
Call me in 6.
Yeah.
Let me know if she's still
right.
cleaning up
It's
after
like,
your
if you're
prep
gonna
dishes.
cook, then you're gonna clean.
Yeah.
Were there ever any when you were sort of at the height of just like crazy chiseled, yoked out fucking cock D's? Like, were there ever like some weird advances you got from people that wanted? I'm sure from all sexes, from all different ages, of like people really taking a run at you. You must have made people gaga.
There's definitely some stories that I will not tell. But nothing crazy.
Like
nothing,
no one like you walk in your hotel room, someone's in your bed.
No, no. Nothing like incredibly inappropriate. I mean, like I got tons of fan stories. I never had like somebody breaking into my house type, but when we would be on like press tours and stuff, I mean, plenty of crazy stories with that. It's like thousands of fans did break into the hotel and were trying to like find the rooms that we were in, and they had to call the National Guard to get these like 3,000 fans out of the hotel. I mean, tons of crazy stories like that.
There's a number for the National Guard.
We were in Brazil.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
They show
Call
up quick?
Ted Lou.
Call Ted Lou.
Brazilian Ted Lou.
I was about to do an accent and I would have gotten canceled.
For sure. The National Guard show up quick?
I believe so.
Wow.
Because, me and Kristen were in a room doing interviews together, and we were in the middle of an interview, and our security came in, slammed the door, locked it, and we were like, yes. They were like, so we're on lockdown right now because you guys can keep talking, but we're gonna have to stay in the room for the next 45 minutes until the National Guard gets here and gets these 3,000 fans out, because they got past the 10 hotel security and they had control of the hotel.
Oh my God.
But I feel like we were only locked in the room for 30 minutes max. It was quick.
Wow. They have control of the hotel. It's like
our
January
hotel.
6th. Literally, new news headline: Taylor Lautner and Twilight fans break into the White House.
Yeah. That's nice to know, though. No, if you ever want to do your own insurrection, you got a quick group ready to go.
Yeah.
That's
Ted Lou.
I just imagine one 16-year-old of the 3,000. I just imagine one of the 3,000 kids, one 16-year-old getting on the loudspeaker of the hotel and be like, "It's our hotel now."
I am the hotel.
It's a movie. It's a movie waiting to happen.
Wow. How are we on time?
Funny.
We're at an hour and 5.
Wow.
Okay.
Perfect. Shut
Perfect.
it down.
Yeah, unless there's something else you want to.
No.
Okay.
Good.
Taylor, what a gem.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Jem, thank you.
A beauty.
Really.
I love you both. I wish we could have worked on the Twilight franchise together, but we can always find something else.
No, reboot.
Yeah.
Reboot.
We'll do it next year, maybe.
Done.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
You want to shout out your podcast one more time? The Squeeze?
The Squeeze with the two Taylor Lautners. Check it out every Wednesday, wherever you can find your podcasts.
Where is that, by the way?
Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Apple, Spotify, YouTube. I just do what I'm told when an
Yes.
episode's released. I'm
Yes.
like, what link do you want me putting on?
Exactly. Wherever you can find them, but how does it get there? It just doesn't make sense. But you can also find Good Guys wherever all these
Marshall's
places are.
like, it's me. I put them there.
It's 2023.
Listen to the
Find 'em.
Squeeze. Listen to Good Guys. Rate them both 5 stars, because if you don't rate
Please.
them 5 stars, what are you nuts? Why are you even listening? What's
are
the
you
point? You
nuts?
coming on here to just give us 3 stars? No, save those for the Squeeze. Us 5 stars. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you too.